Avatar selection screen. Lady Charlotte, Pig Lord, Mr. Left Up, Poppy, Pip, Jip, Pop, Beach Body.
Whoa.
Beach Body selected. Merging with simulator in 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's up, dorks? Welcome back to yet another educational English video. I am your new dad, and today we're doing something a little bit special. We're watching TV! Well, Netflix, that is. I guess you could say we're gonna Netflix and chill. Today, we're watching a show by Pendleton Ward, the creator of Adventure Time. But this time around, it's not a show for kids. It is an insane, psychedelic, meditation, philosophical, it's crazy. This show is absolutely bonkers, and that is called The Midnight Gospel.
What about this guy? He seems fine.
This unlucky looter broke in and found himself inside a patch of purple wobble. That's the kind that locks you in time.
Shouldn't we get him out of there?
I'm afraid it's too late for this sorry sap. His heart's still ticking, but his mind is pickled.
I'm gonna poke him out of there.
It's Brussels sprouts, not Brussels sprouts. Brussels.
Yep, just as I thought.
Not Brussels.
He's pickled.
Not Brussels.
Rewinding this mush brain back is the only humane thing left to do.
Brussels.
Before we jump into today's video, let me quickly say, if you like what you see on this channel, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you smash that subscribe button, tickle that little bell for notifications, and leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Also, join the Discord. We do fun stuff over on Discord all the time. We play video games like Among Us. We chat with each other. We look at memes. We share memes. All the meme reviews I do on this channel, a lot of it comes from Discord. It's just a great place for you to talk to other people and you know, have fun. Now, let's learn some English. So just a little bit of background information on this show before we begin. This is probably the craziest thing I've ever seen on TV. And I guess, once again, it's not TV, it's Netflix, but literally the wildest thing I've ever seen on Netflix, on my TV, or whatever you want to word it. It's just wild. The show takes samples from the Duncan Trussell podcast called the Duncan Trussell Family Hour, and then Pendleton Ward animates over it and turns it into a wild, insane space adventure narrative. But the show covers many really interesting topics, from death, mortality, Buddhism, meditation, and even it goes as far as talking about witches and people who believe in magic. I'm not really sure exactly how to better explain it, so we're just going to take a bunch of looks at a bunch of different clips, and we're going to talk about what we can learn from watching it. And I'd like for you to make your own judgment. Let me know what you think of the show in the comment section down below.
If you're caught up in your story, it's like living in a tiny apartment with just enough room for you and your little mattress. The moment you get a little space between yourself and your thoughts, it's like moving into a much bigger house. Then there's room to invite people in. There's space for you, and there's space for them. That's spaciousness.
Cool.
So in this clip, we have Clancy, who's the main character. He's being told by the older gentleman that he's stuck in his own head. Basically, he doesn't have room for anything else. This whole concept that they're talking about is called spaciousness. And there's a lot of things to unpack here. As he's saying that there's no space for things, what he's saying is that there's no room, that you can't fit anything else in somewhere when there's no space. And of course they're talking about his head. The idea of spaciousness that he's talking about in this, or that he's trying to convey, is that if you don't make space between your feelings and your thoughts, well, you can't fit anything else in. So for example, if you don't have a separation between the things that you think and the way that you feel, well, you can't have anyone else in your life. You're only going to be consumed by your life. You don't have ways to make relationships with people because you're too stuck inside your own mind and you can't fit anything else in. So you have to build a separation and be able to think about what you feel and be able to feel what you think. It's quite an interesting concept.
This is hopeless.
Yes.
The moment you accept things as they are, you don't need to hope anymore because you realize that where you are is kind of okay.
See, I'm at the part of my life now where that's a relief. I've gotten past the part where, like, I'm in a Disney movie where hope is like, you know, chipmunk singing about, like, hope will bring you life and then no, hope tortures your ass.
Yeah.
In this clip, we're learning about the concept of hopelessness. And hopelessness is a complete lack of feeling hope. So what they're getting at is that it's better to not want more than what you currently have. But instead, you should appreciate the things you already have. Have an appreciation for the way your life is. Don't want a big grandiose life. Don't think that things are magically going to be better in your life and that the world is going to be a better place. You just have to learn to appreciate the world around you. If you're always hoping for more, then no matter where you're at, you're always going to feel down. You're always going to feel like shit because you didn't get what it was that you wanted. And as Clancy says, hope tortures you.
So I think that deep listening protects our aliveness too.
Wow, listening is the connection to the universe. It's the thing that, like, wow, it's like a weird, like, you know, that they say when we breathe, we're connecting by breathing in everything and breathing. But then when we listen, it's almost a form of respiration, isn't it?
Receiving
Wow.
aliveness. Yeah, aliveness in the form of your voice or in the form of the stillness in this room. Yeah, receiving it.
In this clip, we have Clancy learning about deep listening. Now, deep listening is when we take the time to actually listen to the world around us and to focus on what we hear. Just like breathing, we all breathe the same air. Anyone who's in the room with you, anyone who's around you, we're all breathing in the same exact air as each other. Well, the same works with sound. We should all be hearing the same thing. The problem is a lot of people don't. I could be telling you one thing and you hear something completely different, and somebody else will hear something different from what you heard. So the idea is that we should really listen well to what other people are saying. That way we can fully receive the message. As the lady kept saying, receive. And you can't do that unless you're actually listening, which is challenging for many people. And it's not something to feel ashamed of because a lot of people don't listen well. And all right, I'm going to give you a trigger warning because the last two clips that we're going to look at are very sad. They're very sad. This episode is where Duncan Trussell, or Clancy, is talking to his mom in real life before she died. She was very sick. She had cancer for years. And this is one of the most beautiful things to ever happen in TV for me, in my opinion. I show this to all of my friends who are going through a sense of mourning, who've lost a loved one and still struggle to get past it. This is one of the most cathartic, meaning emotionally healing things that you're ever going to see, and you have to watch the full episode to really get the gist of it. But I think you're gonna like this. So trigger warning, it might get a little bit heavy, but it's very educational, and I think you're gonna get a lot out of it.
So this is what you're talking about is the way so many people are reacting to the world, which is that they are so upset that they haven't received the thing that they wanted. And then when the thing finally does come, they try to punish everyone around them with the thing that they got.
Exactly.
Right. And that drives it away, because the idea is, like, if you are in a poverty state,
Right.
there's a certain amount that you can control. Some stuff you might not be able to control. When the tornado comes whipping through your neighborhood and your house gets blown down, and somehow you didn't have insurance and you lose everything, you can't control that. But you can certainly control how you're going to react to that situation.
If you can become aware of your reactivity, then you can respond to it more easily rather than just repeat the reactions.
Because the house is always going to get knocked down.
That's part of life. The house gets knocked down.
There's just no way out of that.
There's no way out of it. But if you will think about all the times that your houses have gotten knocked down in your life,
Yes.
they are actually the transformative moments.
Right.
So in this clip, Clancy is talking to his mother as she's very sick, she's getting old, and she's dying, and she says this idea, the house is getting knocked down. Now, this is a big metaphor, and if you're not a native English speaker, you might not know what they're getting at when they say the house is getting knocked down. What they're saying, to help you better understand that, is the house getting knocked down is a traumatic experience. And in life, traumatic experiences will happen. Whenever bad things happen in life, and they will happen, it's inevitable, we will all experience bad things. Well, those moments are transformative. And what that means is that you grow from those experiences. They change who you are. They make you stronger. They make you smarter. They make you better. They make you better at dealing with hard things. So instead of kind of running away from pain and from anguish and feeling sorry for ourselves, we should use them to grow. We should make ourselves better by the terrible things that we experience. And just embrace it for what it is. It's a learning experience. A very sad learning experience, but it's still a learning experience.
And and this is that saying, and I don't know where it comes from, but that meditation is preparation for death.
I think that's true. And meditation is one spiritual practice that prepares us for death. But also, if you look at the world, what you see is things appearing and disappearing. And humans are a part of the whole of that. And humans appear and they disappear off the face of the earth. That just happens. Our egos personalize it and we consider ourselves special cases.
Yes.
But we're really not, We are part of the whole, and everything in the whole transforms all the time. Changes form, transfigures.
You're a special case.
It's because I'm your mama.
I know this transfigure. I know, but come on. There's no way to stop the heartbreak. What do you do about that?
You cry. You cry.
All right, and this was the last clip, and before we dive into what was being said, because it's very important, what we should do is take a look at these very important phrases that were said twice. So it's one phrase that was said twice, and that is special case. Clancy's mom talked about the special case, and then Clancy himself says that she is a special case. Well, a special case is an anomaly, right? It's not something that's normal. When something out of the normal happens, or what we say anomalies or outliers, those are special cases. The smartest kid in your class is a special case. The smartest person at work, the best worker at work, is a special case. They're not like everybody else. They're special. That's not what normally happens. And lastly, we're going to talk about what she said. You cry. You cry. If that's not great advice, I don't know what is. You cannot get over traumatic experiences unless you accept them and you cry. Bad things are going to happen in life. It's inevitable, right? And we're going to lose people we love. Death is inescapable. And I don't know how else to say it, but everyone you love, even yourself, will be dead sometime. And probably not that far from now, in all reality. So how do you recover from the loss, from the pain, right? Instead of running away from your problems, instead of pushing them away, you accept them. You cry. I think this episode resonates so well because it's true, right? It's a man, a real man, talking to his real mom who is dying. And she's a very intelligent woman. If I'm not mistaken, she was a well-published psychologist. And she knows exactly what she's talking about. She's very educated. And she tells you to cry. Let out the pain, because if you don't let it out, if you don't acknowledge the pain, then you're going to carry it with you forever. And it's not healthy to do. It is not a healthy thing. All right. Well, that's it for the clips for today. Look, this show's incredible. If you don't have Netflix, get Netflix so you could watch this show. I promise you, it will be one of the best things you've ever seen. And it's crazy. It's super insane, but it's incredible. I really, really, really suggest that you watch it. All right. That's going to be it for the clips today and for the video. Stick around for some affirmation. Don't forget to like, smash, comment, subscribe, and everything else. Join the Discord, blah, blah, blah. I love ya. Stick around for some affirmation. Now for a bit of quick affirmation. As always, I just want to tell you how proud of you I am, because you're taking time out of your day to improve yourself, to make yourself a better person, to improve on your skills, and to learn. And learning new language is a key to better understanding. People who could speak different languages, multiple languages, can think in different ways. It affects your brain in a very positive way. And I'm proud of you. I am very proud of you. I love you, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.